Hello, everyone. It's Roktan. Welcome once again to the Red Drag District and more Doom Eternal. Alright. You've traveled through the core of Mars, arriving to the ancient city of Sentinel Prime. You've sovereignty in this unholy place for now. The great Slayer was once a warrior king in this world. Tradition grants you safe passage, but the completion of your mission will come at a price. Deag Grav is waiting. One of the things I should mention, another thing I kind of don't like about this game. Now, okay, 2016 was, yeah, once you completed a level, you would just get set off to the next one. But here, what I don't like about that is the fact that there's sometimes, yeah, I want to go back. There's a couple times in this game where it sends me to the next level without letting me go back to the fortress, and I want to be able to use the Sentinel batteries and stuff, and that, and I can't because it set me to the next place, and I wish it didn't do that. I wish I could go back right away. Already, this is a cool looking place. We got what almost looks kind of like a Coliseum looking thing here. Oh, by the way, before I continue, I want to mention that I already don't stream that often because I struggle to find a good time to stream, because I have staff that helps me, mainly just drives me places because I don't drive and don't have a car. I don't have a license even. So I feel awkward about recording streams while they're here. So, and just in general, it's hard to find time to stream. So I'm actually going to start heavily limiting what games I stream. I was already limiting it to some degree, but I'm gonna limit it even further. I'm gonna limit my streams to specific games that I really want to stream. I don't really get that many views on these anyway, so. And it's also a case of what's happening is that I'm holding out finishing a game because I'm streaming it, and it just makes every game that I'm trying to finish take longer. Vega data entry. The ancient arena is a holy place for the people of Argent Denor. Constructed in the earliest days of their history, this Coliseum served as a proving ground for trial by combat. Historical records indicate that the Argenta did not jail their own kind. Rather, prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance in regaining honor through victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army, to die in service to Agent Denur. This traditional use of the arena has subsided since the assimilation of the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchanges with armed captives pitted against demons for sport. The priests of the Order Deag continue to hold undisputed power on Argent Denur. Spilling the blood of the Argent Ascending class will result in the transgressor's banishment. Asylum amongst the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement. One of the things I want to mention again about the lore, like, I read it, but it's so involved and complicated and convoluted. It's like I read it and then it's like I forget what the hell it just said. Hello. What's going on?
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
The old Skildum helmet.
Guts. Huge guts. Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
So that was a flashback, obviously. History of the Sentinels Part 4. Translation from the Ligra Sultagenta, Book of Kings. In the time of King Novik, as the Ardenna secured peace and safety through dimensions across time and space, an Outlander came to us. He was not of our world and spoke an ugly tongue. How he first stepped upon our land was unknown. Sentinel scouts has found the Outlander bloody, claw, near death, mumbling of impending doom in the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Ardenta law, the stranger would be judged in the Colosseum, where he would be given the chance of all who strayed the path to fight for his freedom. We knew not of this stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in attire not suited for our lands and carried munition of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injuries, and in the blood arena he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination in his charge echoed that of any true-born sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Colosseum, as did the sound of his fury, and the guards cheered his banner. Rip and tear, they shouted, as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. He would be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena would provide only one reward, the right to earn an honorable death, while spreading the blessing of the Makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his ravings documented, and through the word of the Order Deag, the Khan Makyr had him brought before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue, for with his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creatures born of fire, and a dark place unknown to the Queen of her and her caste. Yet another opportunity to expand the gift of the Makers to those in need.
I offer, O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
Eyes are blurring. History of Sentinels Part 5. On the eve of the Black Star, the Dark Ones came from a world beneath our own. not through ship nor ephemeral vessel, but through the fabric of dimensions. Out of swirling fiery gates came horned beasts from a timeless realm. First one, then many. Crashing waves of evil swelled from the obsidian forest of the Argentian overlands. The Alorum clans from the Eastern Martins fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Talorum was slung under the weight of their charge. We Sentinels rose to meet the beasts with spear in hand, the might of the holy feet striking back at the demons, but the dark gates from whence they came gave birth still to even greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen blood of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon us. When am I gonna get some combat? It's been a bit already.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
What exactly they took from me, from the Slayer, I'm wondering if it ever explains. Part 6. Unlike the enemies of the past, we could not contain the demons emergent from the Dark Realm. Their weaponry was not conjured from machine steel, but from the essence of their very being. A dark magic not known to us in our many conquests. Had we grown overconfident, our victory serving to dull our blade as we drank in the glory of our expanding empire? Lost, we knew not how to prevail against this foe. The Maker God stood perplexed, and our engineers and priests scrambled to find the advantage in battle we so desperately needed. Unknown to the enemy, we pushed to the brink of our defeat, and our gods stood with us as we worked to find the answer. The Order of the Deag were the first to unlock the mystery of these foul creatures. The priests were able to capture several of the beasts and set about to identify the source of their power. It was then that the essence of the Dark Realm was discovered. Not wholly unlike our own, this power was a life essence that flowed through their twisted form and powered their attacks. It could be harnessed to power our own weapons, giving the Argenta the chance to combat the demons on even footing. The priests believed that with greater knowledge of the essence, we could discover its source and cut it off from the demons to strangle their armies from within, allowing us to regain the advantage we required for victory on the battlefield. The Khan Makyr gave blessings to our majesty and directed the priests to delve deeper into the mysteries of the scarlet elixir from the demonic realm, for she sought only to return balance to our universe. Proper assimilation was required, as hell stood beyond her influence. After great effort, the priests discovered more than they had ever hoped for. They learned of the true nature of the demonic energy and how it could strengthen those skilled enough to harness its power. The energy coursing through the malformed bodies of our relentless enemy could be used to end life or to enhance it. The power to heal, to mend, immortality, knowledge, and enlightened faculties beyond our understandings. With the demon's life force and the skilled hands of the Sentinel priests, and under the righteous gaze of the Khan Makyr, our people would not only rise to victory over the unholy horde that clouded our walls, we would move to a higher plateau of existence, ushering in a new era of military science and industrial healing. No Sentinel will grow sick. No Maker would need to suffer the transfiguration that they so feared. All will be risen. None could ever oppose our peaceful ways and threaten our world again. True balance over hell and its legions, over space and time, in this world and all others. We would dictate the order. United with the Makers, we would fight peace eternal. Man, it's just some of these reads are just nuts long. Part 7. Jeez. The Khan Makyr demanded a tenth of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The Order of the Deag took counsel of the king, speaking only of the spoiled lands sure to be found through the cleft in creation, and the opportunity to purge new invaders from ardent Denor. We took the war to their cursed land, pressing through the gates of wizardry. There was one among us who seemed to know the true nature of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, the stranger who had come to us from places unknown. He who had survived in the front lines far longer than any Sentinel-born prisoner had before. His passion for battle against the vile horde was evident. His lust for their destruction matching our own, though ardent Denor remained a foreign land to him. His fervor caught the attention of the inquisitors of the Sentinel Guard, some whispering of a suspected allegiance he held in secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novak deemed him worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he be lifted from the common rabble. Though no arena-born prisoner had ever been granted the honor, the Night Sentinels broke tradition and deemed the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chafed at the barbarian present in their ranks, but in the war with the demons, all opportunities for even the slightest advantage were to be considered. And as they witnessed the strangers spar with their hall masters, they found in him an undying, unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, and yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle. Battered and bruised, his brow stained with blood, he rose with grim determination for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Time passed as the stranger was instructed in the codified matrices of their order, the ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood taught to all sentinels. He could sense the opportunity before him. Soon all of hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied that he would not be a detriment to their prowess, the Night Sentinels granted him his wish as they ventured through the hell gates with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of night. The strangers suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid and was offered none. 3 times the Night Sentinels ventured into the gate and back, and upon every return, the stranger strode more capable than before, his gait locked in step with the march of the Sentinels, a disciplined and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of years and numerous battles of the devils indentured the stranger to Ardenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they condescend to him as a new blooded conscript, for to them he had become a brother in arms forged in war, an ally and a weapon.
Pity the humans. I do. Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdag's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
There has been no comment and just tons of lore so far. Read. Or in little hologram and watching holograms. That's all this has been so far. Part 8. As we warred with the beasts, the Argenta society grew, under the watchful eye of the Makers and through the endless power of the essence. While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potion the enemy had provided us, the sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach farther into dimensions once thought to be beyond our grasp. Under the direction of our Maker gods and the engineering of our high priests, our weapons blazed and our war machines stormed. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priests, but we of the Night Sentinels took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusations and warnings against this manner of progress, but they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend it. Mouth is actually getting dry for the amount of reading I've been doing. Okay, let's see. I can get this. And finish that. Look at how many lives I have. It's kind of nuts. I'm surprised these last couple levels haven't drained me. Part 9! As the Black Star ascended to its zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne as a howling darkness began to assemble just beyond the mountain rise to the east. The blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hellgate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the Dreadnought, a beast to rival the stature and menace of even the mightiest ancestral. The grotesque giant laid waste to all before him, crushing all in its path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argent D'Nur as never before. How was it that the behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without warning? We would never know, though the Night Sentinels believed treason was at play. Caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and his horde, and with his coming, the holy city of Taras Nabad prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons masked in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook to its foundation. None were spared, save those that fled north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers and feasting on the souls of our clergy. Yet the Night Sentinels rallied and held fast against the demons, though they were pushed back and corralled at the blood arena. As the dark of night descended, their swords remained potent and shred the enemy multitude with abandon. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the Sentinels, when all other apprentices had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander. "Rip and tear," he roared, ferocious in battle. The remaining conscripts of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged within their very cells, nor armored aligning the shoulders of his sentinel brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born sentinel fighter, the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before their assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the Night Sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the great wall in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Samur, Chancellor to the Mother Guard, hurried the Outlander away under veil of secrecy and for reason unknown, submitted him to a rite untold. This was heresy, for Samur received no consent from the Khan Makyr, nor did he receive her counsel, In the Chapel of Purity, the Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine. There, Khan Makyr, the seraphim known to us only as the aid to the Mother God, blessed the Outlander with fierce speed and power to match his will. It was the method by which this transfusion took place that was most uncertain to us, for we were of the knowledge that the Maker device bestowed into the Argenta so many generations ago was to be used by the priests only to find the purity among us. How could it be that the device that was meant to call the Sentinel breed out of its contaminants could then be used to purify the Outlander's body and give rise to the one who would lead us into battle henceforth? What rose from the holy coffin on that fateful day was not the impure abomination the Covenant warned us of. The hero within would come to be known only as the Great Slayer, the Time Walker, the warrior Khan, whose fire sword would blaze forth a path for the just and cut through the demonic horn with a vengeance that only a God King can summon. He rose unbroken by the ritual, his eyes burning with Maker magic. He took the Crucible in his hand, and wraith fire leapt forth from the blade, as only it will when held by a true Sentinel warrior king. So I think it's talking about, like, in the previous game we meant that there was a story told of how the Slayer felled a giant Titan, and we're hearing that story, and we're kind of being retold that story, just in a different way. The hell is that noise? Hang on. Eyes are blurring again. There we go. Deag Grav. Deag Grav remains the most powerful of the Hell Priests among the people of Argent D'Nur, frequently visiting his ancient homeworld to lord over the populace. Arrogant and pompous, Grav calls for blood sport in the arena and to entertain the fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. Since the demonic invasion of Earth began, he has operated on the planet's surface along with his fellow Hell Priests to direct Hell's forces, but after the defects of Deag Nelox and Deag Rainak, he has fled to the safety of the arena. It was Deag Grav who facilitated the torment and eventual betrayer of Sentinel Commander Valen, taking the keys of the Sepulchre of Elements and opening the Vault of the Sleeping Wraiths. The ancient creatures were abducted, transported to Hell, and tortured to siphon away their power. He used the heart of Valen's son to animate the Icon of Sin, and Titan still spoken of in legend throughout Argent D'Nur. So he's... the Sleeping Wraiths are those, like, dead things that had the orbs at the very end of the last level in Doom 2016, I think. Oh, interesting. I can't hit him. And Gladiator. In the years following the end of the Golden Age, competing factions of Argent D'Nur turned against one another. An insidious influence had beset itself upon the Sentinel people, corrupting its once held sacred traditions. The Colosseum, once a place of honorable combat where prisoners of the Argenta were tested for the right to fight in the front lines of their army, has since become a place of blood sport. In violation of Sentinel law, the priests have encaged the demon there, a merciless executioner used to enact judgment of their own decree. The Gladiator, wielding an accursed shield when it entombs the tormented soul of his undying master, remains undefeated in battle, infamous for the many lies it has claimed. So I think this might be an area where the only thing is a boss.
You'll make a fine addition to the front lines, stranger.
The demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel holy blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
Yep, here comes the boss. Shield's eyes flash green. Gladiator's about to attack. Shoot him when its eyes are green to stagger him and create an opening. Damn it. Second phase. Whoa, what the hell was that attack? Need a BFG shot. I don't know how I got BFG ammo. Glad it existed. Yeah.
This stops nothing. Earth will be consumed, regardless of what.
Shut up.
We should leave immediately.
Okay.
The Khan Makyr has overloaded your systems. Vega has no control over...
If you had let the culling continue, the human race you fight to protect would have survived. Now I will resurrect the icon of sin. He will devour Earth and leave your home world in ruins. Life on your planet shall never return. And this will be yet another world you brought to extinction. This stronghold will now serve as your prison. With no power, you can do no more harm to our mission, and we may continue the
they're
work
invading.
that must be done.
I heard about this part. Hang on. Before we do that, let's upgrade, considering how much points I have. Okie doke. There we go. There's another one somewhere, I think. Oh, there it is. Oh, is that all of it? Seriously? No way. Come on, you're telling me that's all there was? You really didn't do much, did you? That's all there was. I'm gonna be kind of disappointed here.
She didn't know you had the demonic Crucible. In the end, the very power source you sought to eradicate from Earth is now what will help you save it.
The mission on Sentinel Prime was a success. The demonic consumption of Earth has been stopped.
Only a Slayer's Crucible blade can stop a Titan. You must get to the Sentinel city of Taras Nabad to retrieve your Crucible before it is too late. Without it, the Titan cannot be stopped.
Setting the portal to Taras Nabad.
This is the Resistance Network, broadcasting live from inside the Arctic safe zone. There was a Slayer sighting on Phobos. Eyewitness reports say that he was spotted inside a command center and then proceeded to fight his way through the mortally challenged and onto the deck of the BFG-10K. This can't be confirmed, but many believe it was the Slayer himself who destroyed Mars in an attempt to stop the challenged from further advancing their position on Earth. We will post more information as it comes in. This is an ARC broadcast.
I'm still rather disappointed that that's all there was. I would have expected the resistance to be a lot higher, more pronounced. I wonder if that one takes a while to build up to something. Interesting that there suddenly now is a question mark thing. That wasn't there before. Well, there's clearly going to be a song there. Why the weird symbols for that one? That's another problem with the record thing, is that the music is so quiet you can barely hear it to begin with. For quite a bit of them, quite a few of them, they're not barely audible. Yeah, some of these older songs are just so quiet. Alright, let's unlock some of these. Okay. Got enough to finish that. Alright. And before I finish the stream, since this was kind of short considering all that level was lore and a boss fight, I'm going to do a quick bit of arena training to see if I can get more of my mastery done. What sucks is that you can only do this once per time you come back. Once you've done it once, you can't do it. You can't go. The elevator locks, and you can't do it again. Why is this so hard to do? If a rocket is detonated while the proximity flare is active, additional explosives. That's what I'm going to try and do that one. Oh, there we go, got one. Holy shit. What is it with this? I don't know why they make it so hard in doing the arena and doing the Repertorium fights. It's like the arena just not big enough, and the enemies spread out too much. Only got one frickin' mastery thing done. Lame, I swear. It just really didn't give me opportunity to do anything. The arena's just too small to really effectively do anything. Well, now that that's finished, that's the end of today's stream. Till next time, this has been Roktan signing off. Slick out.